Here, we're doing a blind reaction to Sephiroth vs. Bill Cipher. Who would win? Crossover Coliseum by Smash Breakthrough. Recommended Jack Crap. I'm so bad at remembering names. And that's what happens with mental disorders. You can never remember everything. It's like your memory's always cut in half, but so family still can't figure that out. They're always thinking, "Oh, you can remember it." I'm like, no, I literally cannot. I always forget. I try to remember, but this is why I like sex rage. Yeah, been running out of things to react to lately. Yeah, but when I play World of Warcraft like crazy, I just don't think you guys really care about me just leveling up, remaking a new character over and over and over. Because I hate Shadowlands. It's just stress questing through that area. Dungeons, everybody's impatient as hell. Always leaving. Every time we go there, I die and people don't even bother resing me. They just leave me there. Walk all the way back while they kill all the bosses. Like, well, you guys, I can't get the loot if you're killing everything. Well, I'm losing interest in doing dungeons and stuff like that. World of Warcraft, because I'm just so sick of that crap. But I've been enjoying my job I've had for over a year now. The old DoorDash. Have to listen to that little rope, the lady talking on the phone all the time. I guess she's my navigator. She's got to tell me where to go. Sometimes she sends me in the wrong area, but yeah, DoorDash is kind of I'm assuming it's a new thing, so. But anyway, let's get to the Sephiroth vs. Bill Cipher. I know a little about Sephiroth. He's the guy who stabbed and killed that one lady that everybody likes, and Bill Cipher is just essentially a pyramid god like thing. I'm gonna put my bits on Cipher because, yeah, Sephiroth is kind of powerful, but Bill is literally a god of chaos. So, do I?
Let's get into today's fight between Sephiroth and Bill Cipher to determine who will be the victor and who will fall in battle. Let's get into it.
Bill Cipher's gonna win.
Here's a riddle for you. What speaks Japanese, will kill you, and smells like shampoo? If you said the name of today's fighter, then you are correct. Sephiroth is the super soldier experiment from the Shinra Company, who became convinced that the world would be much more to his liking if it was
except for Final Fantasy X.
Since his debut in Final Fantasy in 1997, Sephiroth has grown to be one of the most feared and powerful villains in all of gaming. But his refinement into something superhuman began before he was even born. When he was still a fetus, he was injected with cells of the alien Genova, with the hopes that it would turn Sephiroth into the savior that the people needed to lead them to a land of unlimited power.
Oh, that worked out.
For them, Sephiroth had a serious identity crisis and became convinced that Genova was his mother. And while I personally think that the resemblance is uncanny, this fixation on his alien pseudo-mother soon turned him to a life of destruction and lots of fire.
Only the future. Oh, I'm too close. I'm genuinely scared right now. Oh, I hope no one's seeing this.
He became convinced that the only way to truly live up to his potential was to hit the Earth with a giant meteor and then drink up all of its life source to ascend to godhood. Now, a wise man once said,
"That does not make sense."
Okay.
There's only one God, man. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
But a soldier as fierce as Sephiroth might challenge that perception for even the most devout. Due to his enhancements from Genova, Sephiroth has a variety of incredible abilities, such as superhuman strength, telepathy, teleportation, levitation, and the ability to manifest a single black angel wing that does something. It's kind of unclear. He has a wide variety of spells that he can cast upon his enemies as well. While most magic users in the Final Fantasy VII universe need the assistance of a substance called materia to use magic, due to all the knowledge that he gained from dying and falling into the life stream, Sephiroth is able to conjure powerful spells without the need of materia, such as Giga Flare, an intense ball of exploding fire. And Sephiroth has a variety of elemental spells that are all no joke.
Glad I never fought him.
Lightning, earthquakes, and he can also control concepts like gravity or time with his magic. But his spells aren't just suited for offense. He can put his targets to sleep, destroy magical and physical shields, reverse stat increases, heal himself, and even teleport out of danger with magic like Exit. Or he could just create his own pocket dimension and hang out there. While in this pocket dimension, Sephiroth can unleash the most deadly attack of all, Supernova. With this infamously long move, Sephiroth summons an attack from outside the solar system, which is powerful enough to obliterate planets. He then slams this attack into the sun, causing it to explode and attack his enemies with the intensity of an exploding solar system.
How did that not blow up the planet?
Sephiroth was only capable of using this power in his enhanced Safer Sephiroth form. It's since been confirmed that even in his base form he can access this power. And despite the force of exploding a solar system, this still isn't enough to put Sephiroth down. When he uses this move, he just waits for the explosion to reach him and floats there menacingly. But when Sephiroth isn't exploding stars in your face, he's probably brandishing his favorite weapon of all, the Masamune. This 8-foot-long blade not only gives Sephiroth a distinct advantage in combat, but it also packs a serious swing. Just the shockwaves alone from swinging this blade were enough to slice through this giant cannon from a large
Reminds me of Bleach.
Sephiroth has dealt out some serious
when
destruction
Ichigo's
with his blade, but he's
formed.
also been on the receiving end of a sword multiple times.
When he fought
He's been
that,
impaled no less than 4 times,
I don't
and
remember
he's
his
even
name.
died 3 of those times. But he just keeps coming back swinging. Sephiroth is also super agile and quick in battle. He's fought some of the fastest characters in his universe without an issue. But the most impressive movement speed he's pulled off is by himself in this scene, where he jumped fast enough to nearly instantly break the sound barrier. What arguably makes Sephiroth the most dangerous
would kill a normal
his
human,
attack
I bet.
intensity or jumping around at the speed of sound. His whole life, Sephiroth has had a special condition called Final Boss of a Long JRPG-itis that causes him to be immune to a huge amount of status effects and conditions. These include
Hey, you! You're a crazy person! Come out of there, you!
but aren't limited to sleep, poison, confusion,
Why would
time
people
stops,
light up
transportation,
fireworks
paralysis,
in the
mind
August?
control, and moves that would otherwise cause instant death. So with a character as incredibly powerful as Sephiroth, how does he ever lose? Much less, lose bad enough that he dies multiple times over, in incredibly similar ways. Sephiroth's own downfall is consistently his hubris. He views himself as a sort of god, with everyone beneath him. This kind of arrogance has caused him to repeatedly underestimate his opponents and get caught off guard by a surprisingly strong blow which finishes him off. But in spite of this fatal flaw, Sephiroth is one of the most formidable foes in all of gaming.
Give anybody too much power, they'll have God.
Blade and lived to tell the
They'll
tale.
feel like a god.
Now let's check out his opponent, Bill Cipher, to see how he stacks up. If I asked you to close your eyes and picture what you believe an interdimensional demon hell-bent on ruling what reality looks like, chances are you wouldn't picture a floating pyramid in a top hat named Bill. But our second fighter for today, Bill Cipher, is all of those things and more. And he certainly isn't somebody to be underestimated. Trillions of years before the events of Gravity Falls, this triangular demon spent his time living in the second dimension, a world that's described as being full of flat lines and flat dreams. So, as a party animal, Bill decided to liven things up by plunging the entire dimension into chaos and burning it, along with every single person that he's ever known, including his own parents. Eventually, though, Bill found a much more fun place to hang out. A lawless, intergalactic pseudo-dimension known as the Nightmare Realm, which looks like an evil lava lamp and smells like...
World of the Nightmare Realm was more creepier looking than that.
For Bill, this amorphous realm was incredibly unstable and would eventually collapse in on itself unless merged with something a bit more solid and reliable. So Bill moved to a higher dimension, our own third dimension, to bring this fusion of realms into reality, which he dubbed Weirdmageddon. Bill ventured toward the small town of Gravity Falls, Oregon, to partake in one of his favorite pastimes, making deals with humans. Bill manipulated, tricked, and trolled his way to near unlimited power, as any good interdimensional demon should. He can lift giant pyramids in the sky, shoot powerful lasers capable of melting statues, blowing up buildings, or even obliterating small armies of time soldiers and a giant floating time baby who supposedly weighed over 9 trillion tons, making him over 1,000 times more dense than a dwarf star. He can also back up this attack power with incredible speeds as well, such as in this scene, where he casually jump scares Dipper at over 400 miles per hour. But despite this overwhelming offensive power, Bill's durability is a bit harder to pin down. Obviously, a dimension-destroying demon is going to be in need of some serious fortitude in order to do what he does. But looking at the series, it seems like Bill's best defensive ability isn't his durability itself, but rather regeneration. His physical form's been damaged by having his eye attacked by this improvised treehouse mech suit. But we also know that Bill's capable of being destroyed by this quantum destabilizer used by Ford in Weirdmageddon Part 1. But like I've said, we've seen Bill come back from just about anything he's been hit with, and his exact power limit is ambiguous. it's likely that not even he knows what it is. While trying to persuade a human to make a deal, he's described himself as being capable of seamlessly destroying entire continents with a single finger while drawing a smiley face, and having the capacity to give people their own galaxies, or whatever that means. And that's what's so hard to measure about Bill. This ambiguity is exactly where he prefers to operate. He likes to always have several hidden aces up his sleeves, and nowhere is this more obvious than his magical abilities. Bill can stop time, send his opponents to sleep, teleport himself and others, create powerful illusions, perfectly impersonate others, and distort the orientation of his surrounding areas. Some of his most dangerous abilities, though, come from his powerful transmutations that he uses on his enemies. He's petrified people, turned them to gold, tapestries, and other strange objects, and in one of the most horrifying transmutations of the show, Bill swapped the function of every hole on someone's face. Yeah, that is hard to look at. Bill Cipher is a truly terrifying opponent, but that might not be immediately obvious from the way that he carries himself. Bill is obsessed with being weird, irreverent, and disturbing to all that he comes in contact with, for the sole purpose of his own enjoyment. He cares for nobody but himself and views the third dimension as his own personal playground. And if you try to stand between Bill and his goals, you can be sure that he will destroy you in the weirdest way possible.
You're about to be killed by a Zamboni!
So with both of our fighters analyzed, it is time for our fight. Let's take a look at today's fight between Bill Cipher and Sephiroth to figure out who will come out on top.
I still think Bill will win. Oh, come on, it has to be in that language. Why can't it be in English? Jeez. Get the point? With a splitting sensation. I guess he's half a man now.
Wow, that's cold. Even for me. And nobody likes cold pizza. Hey, you want to see my impression of you dying? Yeah, that's the one. Wow, chicken wing. How did you go through that 4 times? Really takes a toll on the old liver.
What did you do to my voice?
There we go, English.
And now that you're speaking my language, we can finally get down to business. Whoa, wait, hold on. It's really hard to talk with your further ways. Oh, would you cool your jets? I didn't come here to fight.
I think the coolest fights I've seen would be like from the Mortal Kombat, the newer ones. They're super gory.
Stop ignoring my hospitality.
Enough of this.
Big mistake, chicken wing.
Well, that's interesting. There's 2 of them. This is a really good animation.
And out comes the chicken wing. But you know, if you're gonna manifest a giant useless limb, you should probably go for something more stylish. I think somebody needs a lesson in presentation.
Yeah, you should grow up like another wing. Not just one. One of his pocket dimensions. Crossplay on.
You're testing my patience. Enough of your tricks.
Just mowed him down. Sorry. Yeah.
You don't seem to understand just how insignificant you are. You're a child playing God. It's time to cut you down to size.
Size, huh?
Do you think that super long sword means he's compensating for something? He's gonna do the supernova thing. Yep. It sounds like he'll survive it.
What a burn? That sort of thing could get a man fired. I think he was hot for you.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Sephiroth won.
And
I don't believe this. I just lost a $50 bet.
Hey, it's me. Knock, knock. Have the money by tomorrow, and there won't be any problems.
Huh?
Yeah, 24 hours.
Why? What happens in 24 hours? I don't know. Not psychic, man.
And there you go. Bill Cipher was an incredibly dangerous opponent, but Sephiroth just had answers for everything that he could throw at him. He resisted most of Bill's most dangerous powers, such as transmutations, time stops, and he could even teleport out of whatever dark dimension that Bill tried to trap him into. Sephiroth is also much faster and more durable than Bill, especially when accounting for his ability to slow down his opponents, shield himself, and heal himself. Bill is commonly perceived as an all-powerful, omnipresent god who's capable of breaking the fourth wall into our dimension and even destroying all of reality as we know it. Which, by the way, I think coming from the second dimension actually makes him a lower dimensional being rather than a higher dimensional being, but that's neither here nor there. And while it is clear that Bill is powerful, he also clearly has limits on that power. He can be temporarily damaged by things much slower and weaker than Sephiroth. Even if we took Bill at his word for his self-described ability to bite planets in half as an accurate portrayal of his strength, he still just doesn't stand a chance against Supernova. With this attack, Sephiroth is outputting an intensity of 33.49 zetawatts per centimeter squared. That's over 19,000 times the energy that the sun provides to our entire planet, put across every square centimeter of your body, which, for reference, is about the size of a thumbtack. And Supernova aside, even a casual slice at Bill from the Masamune would be outputting 373 megawatts per centimeter squared, which is like hitting Bill with half the power of a nuclear reactor channeled into a sword across every square centimeter of his body. This is way more than what we've seen capable of damaging Bill before, and it would likely be enough power to match similar levels of output as the Quantum Destabilizer gun. In the end, Sephiroth was just faster, stronger, and more durable than anything that Bill has ever demonstrated, and he could also withstand or completely negate Bill's most dangerous magical abilities. So when all is said and done, Sephiroth is the winner of this round of Super Smackdown. Coming up on Season...
That was my reaction to it. Sephiroth versus Bill Cipher. Yeah, I really thought Bill was going to win. Like I said, I never really played many of those games. Oh yeah, the one where Sephiroth is from. See if I remember it. But yeah, that was a really cool fight. But my video editor is working properly. Last video, like I said, it's something like 1530, which is so dumb. It's like, oh, your video card is full. It's like, oh, to the crap, it's full. I paid, this thing is supposed to last forever. I should be able to record for like 2 to 6 hours if I wanted to. I never do that because I'm pretty sure everyone's attention span is gone within about 15 minutes. Not a lot of people watch my videos anyway. So. I kind of want to do more World of Warcraft videos, like maybe me do PvP or something. Or I could do dungeons, but dungeons kind of piss me off because like I said, people are kind of douchebags here. So I did Minecraft once, but I just don't know how to make it entertaining. So anyway, you guys like direction, and if you have any videos on the direction, please let me know. Have a nice day.
Listen, you just gotta give me more time.
Don't make a fool out of me, man. Don't make a fool out of me. I want my money.
Oh, Stewie, listen, this is crazy. You got... Oh, my God! All right, let's go to the bank.